This is everything, okay? Capitalism is better than socialism. And so what we did here was we just looked at countries that are free, that have a free market system. And we define free markets as countries that have a rule of law, they have property rights, they have free trade, that have low taxes, that have reasonably limited government spending. Those countries have an average per capita income of $25,000 a year. Then if you, that's the per capita income. Then if you look at, if you rank countries in the, in fifths, the countries that are least free, countries like Cuba and countries like African countries and so on that have no economic freedom, they have only a per capita income of less than $5,000 a year. So people who live in countries that are free have an income, a per capita income, of 5 times higher than companies with socialist models. So why in the world would we want to move in this direction? But the most amazing thing is that it's not only true that people who live in free countries are richer, but also they are healthier. And so you can see here that because we were all lucky enough to have been born or become citizens of the United States, we have a 20-year longer life expectancy than people who live in poor countries. So economic freedom is not just associated with wealth, it's also associated with health. And why in the world would we want to slide down this curve? The only way out of this crisis is free market capitalism. That's why you all have to continue to support Washington Policy Center.
Thank you very much for that excellent and enlightening presentation. Everybody asks me as a secret, they say, how do you sleep at night? I tell them, hey, I sleep like a baby. I wake up every 2 hours. I have to go, I wet the bed. I want to be fed. It's not good anyway. But I got to tell you one other thing on the unions. My father was a labor negotiator against the unions for paper companies. We never lived in the same place more than 3 years. We always mobilized wherever there was going to be a labor dispute. And we go in there and he'd negotiate the contract, we'd hang out here, and then we'd move somewhere else. And he sat me down when I was 7 years old. My dad was huge. I'm sitting on the couch. He's standing over me and he says, son, I want to tell you something about unions. I didn't know what a union was, but he's looking at me and he says, the only good union is the one between your mother and me. Thank you again very much, and thanks to Dave and Sally Marriott. Again, I want to extend an invitation for you to join the Washington Policy Center. And what do you get for it? What do you receive? What are the benefits? All our publications will be sent to you, all our research. We're right in the middle of a legislative session. You'll get updates on what's going on. We have an opportunity right now in this session to make a difference, to turn the tide, to do the right thing. And good ideas are always going to be the right thing to do. And we will persevere. You're going to be invited to all our events, and they're exceptional. But the real promise that we have is that we're going to be vigilant. And I promise you, as a chairman, and Dan promises you as the president, we're going to be vigilant. We're going to hold on to and espouse our free market principles. We will not give up the fight. And it's such a great organization because if we can help improve our economy and improve all the lives of our citizens, we're going to be the tide that raises all the boats. And the other boats are going to be all the other charitable organizations and everybody else that is really working hard in this economy. But we have the ability to adjust the tide. Please support our organization. When you walk out the door, we're going to be signing books, and if you want to join and make a contribution, there's going to be people from the Policy Center at the table, so you can drop off your packet out there. And again, thank you all for coming, and have a great evening.